Hello YouTube, welcome back. Well, if you've been watching TootyUk just recently, you'd have caught this.
I don't know. But that's Scott, so I've got to nominate two people. I'm going to do, so from the 80s, because, you know, I'm going to sort of say Daz Connors DeLauro from the 80s, not the 70s, mate, from the 80s. I know Scott's mentioned Alex already. Who else is an old fart? Bill. I'm going to do Bill, Betty Hall Clinic. He's an old boy, I think. Old.
Fucking old boy. Right. What am I on? Carlsberg. Cheers. Right. 7 questions. Excuse me. 7 questions. It's been altered. I do believe it was originally for the 90s. It's now been changed to the 80s. And I've had to make notes. And I fucking hell, can't find it. Where the hell did I write this? Here we go. Sorry. I believe Scott, Sega Zombie, he changed it from the 90s to the 80s. Probably a little bit more my, my sort of youth. Stu? Yeah. And anyway, Stu's nominated me, so we're going to be doing 7 questions. And the first question, I believe, is cartoons of that era on DVD. Jesus, well, I actually got rid of all my DVDs long ago, but there is one I bought. But the amount of cartoons that were out back then, I mean, Tom and Jerry? Who doesn't like Tom and Jerry? DuckTales, He-Man, Transformers, Thundercats, one that never gets mentioned, The Moomins. It's a brilliant show. Ulysses, Ulysses 31, Galaxy Rangers, Super Ted. How come we don't hear Super Ted? Jason the Wheel Warriors. Mysterious Cities of Gold, Battle of the Planets, come on! The Real Ghostbusters, yes, it stretched into the 90s, but it started in the 80s. The Raccoons, Brave Star, Count Duckula, The Trapdoor, brilliant cartoons. Danger Mouse, The Mask, Captain Planet, Scooby-Doo, Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my God, I remember it was running for so long, I got really into it, and I remember they were starting the whole series again from fresh, and they made a big song and dance about it, and I never ever saw episode 1, never seen it. I made plans to make sure. I never watched it, I never saw it. I never actually got to see episode 1 of Dungeons and Dragons. And I still haven't watched it. But that was a brilliant cartoon. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I remember one of them, something falling over there. I remember one of them being, was it Iceman? But I can't remember the woman. I can't remember who she was. The Simpsons. If I can get that word out properly. They were in the 80s. Massive. Looney Tunes. Inspector Gadget. And even though all of them were fantastic cartoons, there was only one that I actually purchased the DVD for, and until recently I still had it, but I've sold it. That was the Transformers. Wow, what a cartoon. I used to watch that every single morning before even going to school as well. Remember Roland Rat, TVAM? It was on there. I only played maybe 3 minutes of it, and they'd spread, a whole episode of the Transformers would go on for bleeding a week, if not longer. But it was a fantastic cartoon. Oh, so that's number 1. What was number 2? Sega or Nintendo? Well, to be quite honest, neither. I had none of them in the 80s. I was a Commodore 64 lad. I had a Commodore 64 and then I had an Amiga. I actually started off with an Amiga 600 and then I got a 1200. But that was me. If I was being forced, though, to pick one, it would have to be Sega, because my very first console that I purchased with my own money was the Sega Saturn. And it's true this, I remember buying it from, was it Tandy? I think it was Tandy at the time. And I remember was she my girlfriend, my wife then? Might have been my girlfriend then, now my wife. And, oh man, what about this PlayStation, she says. And I went, PlayStation? Sony? They're not known for making consoles. Can't see that lasting. Bought myself a Saturn. And before you knew it, that was it. They didn't quite go bust, did they? But they just withdrew from the console market. Never knew the Dreamcast even existed at that point, and I then went and purchased myself a PlayStation, and I've still got both consoles. So I'm going to go with Sega on that one. Ooh, favourite console video game? Can't do it. Not of the 80s. Cannot do it. Because, like I say, I didn't own it. I was a Commodore boy, and the amount of games on that. Oh, God. The likes of Green Beret. Aztec Challenge was one I remember I used to hammer a lot. The Last Ninja. What a fantastic game that was. Remastered version of that on latest consoles would look incredible, but they'll never be able to sort out the licenses. But again, if you're going to push me, I'm going to go again with Sega. And it's actually going to be Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, because as you all should know, that is her real home, not PlayStation. It was originally out on the Sega Saturn, and what a game that is. Absolute fantastic game. So that's that one. So that's what, number 3 out the way. Number 4, comics. Wasn't really a comic person. My mother used to get albums and that, at Christmas and that sort of thing, but I never really ever asked for comics. I wasn't into it. And the only magazines I bought, I suppose similar to Stu, I was buying video game magazines. Dabbled in, computer and video games weekly. Also Crash a little bit, but my main magazine back in the day was Zap 64. It was just a brilliant mag. It really was. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't got any more of those. In fact, watching Stu buy his mags recently has made me want to purchase magazines again. I have got them all digitally, but I've not actually got any physical copies of that. Oh, where are we up to now? Pro wrestlers. And I'm just going to, because, back then, and I'm getting a bit thirsty. Back then, I was brought up on World of Sports, for Christ's sake. Sticky Davis, so that's Giant Haystacks and Big Daddy. I fucking love Big Daddy. There was there's a deaf mute wrestler as well, I seem to remember, but I can't remember his name. But certainly Big Daddy. But then, obviously, when my mother, we purchased Sky, I remember us being one of the first people in the street. Everybody thought we were posh because we had Sky and WWF wrestling. God, my mother loved it to death. To her, it wasn't the pantomime that it actually is. It's all real. And, you know, some of the wrestlers, Jimmy the Anvil Neidhart, remember him. Mr. Perfect's been mentioned. Ultimate Warrior, now that's the person I was going to go with. Until I remembered my favourite wrestler, and he was one of the few barefoot wrestlers of the time. And nobody jumped off that top rope and got as high as he did. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. What a wrestler he was. Absolutely fantastic. But the others, Mr. Perfect's been mentioned. Jake the Snake. The Warrior and the Barbarian. What a giant animal houses they were. Obviously, Hulk Hogan. But the Boss Man. God, Sergeant Slaughter. He was another one. Woo! The Nature Boy. Ric Flair. Others. Bret Hart. I just can't remember the others off the top of my head, but it was great. I mean, I did watch it, and I watched it to death, and I used to have the piss took out of me. What are you doing? I'm just watching the wrestling. Oh, fuck off, Bill. It's a load of old shit. You know it's pantomime. Yeah, no, lads, but come on. It's gotta hurt. Oh, right. Song or music vid? Oh. That's a real difficult one. Because I was really into my music, but I wasn't one of those that would tie myself down to one type. I mean, just to get the piss took out of me. I'm a teenager and I'm listening to fucking classical music. A bit of Mastroianni, a bit of Beethoven. But I'd also listen to a hell of a lot of hip-hop, a lot of rap. And, oh, God, I can't remember who the group was, because I was going to pick them. And I know it's been mentioned before. Smells Like Teen Spirit from the album Nevermind. Off the top of my head now, I can't remember who the damn group is. Oh, man. And they were an incredible band. It didn't matter what they did. But every single song seemed to get to #1. Every time. Oh, take a drink and have a quick think. What the fucking hell are they called? I mean, I can hear the song ding, 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 ding. Fucking hell. But they had loads out. You know, Polly had a cracker. Fucking hell. And I know I've got a fucking album downstairs. I rebought it. It's still my nutty. But anyway, it's not the one I've picked. Now, I know you've said 80s. But for me, one of the bands I got into heavily was The Prodigy. Oh man, The Prodigy. They were incredible. All those dance moves and that. Charlie Cat and all that. But my favourite song from them was Breathe. Oh, what a fantastic tune that was, Breathe. Where are we up to? Live action TV? Fucking hell, on a Friday? Oh, Friday?
Mufasa, you know we finally here, right?
Well,
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
Sorry, had to be done. Oh, yeah, I know, I've robbed it. So watch. Sue me. Live action. I can only really think, I mean, oh God, there's so many TV shows back then. Oh, I mean, heavily into my sci-fi, so there would have definitely been a Star Trek. Whether or not that was Next Generation, Voyager, whatever. Just thinking back, and there was tons of stuff I was forced to watch, but I got into it, you know what I mean? The likes of Crossroads, Take the High Road, crap like that. But one I always used to watch, and I remember it fondly as a kid, and I might be drifting into the 70s now. If I am, sorry. That was The Incredible Hulk. Do you remember that TV show? Lou Ferrigno? I think it was David. I can't remember the other actor's name, but I still love that. Absolutely love it. Just a fantastic show. Right. That's that out of the way. So maybe from that you've gathered a bit more information on me. All you need now is my date of birth, my address, inside leg measurements, and you might be able to get a credit card. Not fucking likely. I've got to nominate 2 people. I have to give this some serious thought. Give me a mo.
2 hours later.
Right. Giving it some thought. The 2 I'd like to nominate. I haven't got a clue if one of these has already been nominated either. I'm not sure. So I hope not. Otherwise, I've wasted. Mark, 20th Century Gaming. You're definitely an old boy. You've got to be an old boy. So, I'm voting you. And I'm also going to go, I don't know this guy's real name. I don't know it, sorry. Grumpy Dad Gaming. I've got a sneaky suspicion you're close to my age as well, so I reckon you're an old boy. So, if you can do it, guys, great. 7 questions. I'll list the description. Jesus, got my words the wrong way round. I'll list the questions in the description. I'll also put links to their channels. They've got fantastic channels. They really have. Mark's does an absolute ton of old stuff. He really does. Grumpy Dad, he does a mixture. But what he does do, he does it very, very well. So I like to call him Grump, but I don't know his real name. Sorry, mate. Anyway, those are my 2 nominations. Stuart, me and you need to have words. Alright, my mate, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Catch you all again. Take care.